Good morning, everybody. It is Mr. Cooper here with my first primary principal vlog of 2024. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful winter break. Although we are well into term 2, and it's been wonderful to see the students come back and settle straight back in to their normal routines that they've established over term 1. And we're really into that big chunk of learning now where we've settled in, we've really accelerated that snowball effect, that spiralling of understanding, and we're really deepening students' knowledge now in term 2. So that progress really accelerates from now all the way through to the end of the academic year. Just a few key highlights. First of all, for our foundation stage parents, it's been wonderful to welcome you in for various events this term, particularly for our sports days. Thank you so much for the massive turnout of parents supporting our youngest students, promoting that healthy and fitness lifestyle for our sports days, where students have just been able to participate, not necessarily to focus on winning, but equally just to look at taking part and having fun and enjoying fitness and exercise. So if you're one of those parents who were able to attend that day, thank you so much for supporting supporting us, and a big massive thank you to the PE team for organising those wonderful events. We've also been able to invite our foundation stage families in for our reading mornings, where in the mornings parents have been coming in to sit with their child in their class to read and enjoy some stories together. Reading, of course, is a fundamental aspect of learning, particularly for our youngest students. We always talk about children trying to read 20 minutes a day, whether they're listening to those stories or they're actively reading those themselves. The more time they're exposed to language, to stories, to narrative, to the culture that's part of those stories, that they apply that knowledge and understanding right across the curriculum. So if there is one thing you do with your child once a day, it is read. And whatever that is, even if it's in your own language, you're exposing them to vocabulary, culture, experiences and more knowledge, and it certainly sets the foundations of students being successful across the curriculum. So thank you for supporting those events in FS, but across primary and FS we always want to reinforce the fact that reading is so important, and we want to try and get children reading as much as possible. So if you can squeeze in 20 minutes every day, whether it be in the car, in the morning while they're eating breakfast, or in the evening before bedtime, that's certainly the one thing that's going to add such value to a student's development over the coming years. And speaking of which, after half term we'll also be sharing our details of our World Book Day events, another opportunity to celebrate literature, the love of reading, and to really come together as a community to celebrate all of the books and stories that we love so much. Also, coming up, next week we'll have our International Day. First of all, thank you to all of our parents that have volunteered to develop a marketplace representing their country and culture. We certainly can't run an International Day without our international parents who basically design the experience for our students. I think we've got around about 20 plus countries being represented, but equally there's always opportunities for more. I think we have over 100 different nationalities, so 20 only represents a small proportion of the number of nationalities that we have here at the Academy. So if you are available and you want to represent your country by setting up a stall in next week's International Day to represent your culture and your country, then please do reach out to Jemana, our Parent Relationships Officer. She's based in our main reception, and she will be able to talk you through the details of how to organise your stall to represent your country on the day. Equally, if you haven't got time to do that but you want to attend, we will be sending out a letter inviting you to the International Day. They're like National Day for our UAE celebrations. We will be inviting parents in at certain time slots, and you can take your child around the International Day fair to engage with all those market stalls, to engage with all those countries, and then you have an option to either return them to class or you can take them home, because I'm also aware that if you're dropping them off in the morning then coming back for International Day, you don't want to be coming back and forth between home and school. So if you want to take them home after your time slot, then you're more than welcome to. The only thing we can't do is sometimes we'll have parents who will turn up after their time slot at the reception saying, please could you get my child from class, I'm ready to take them home now. We can't operate that. As you can imagine, we have 1,600 primary and FS students. If you turn up at a time that isn't allocated with your slot, we don't have our staff members to go running around school to try and find all the different students that are wishing that are being requested at main reception. So if you are attending an International Day and at the end of your time slot you wish to take your child home, then please do so. But if you return them to class, then they will stay in class until the end of the day, and you can collect them at the normal collection time. Students will obviously be participating in lots of cultural and international events within their lessons, etc. So we do encourage children to stay in school, but equally understand if you do want to take them home early. And then the final heads up is that obviously we have our half-term break coming up at the end of next week. On the school calendar, the Friday within half-term has been allocated as a a staff training day. So our staff members will be engaging in professional development. That was actually allocated on the calendar. But we also want to ensure that there are opportunities for students to continue their learning on that day, as it's not technically part of the half-term break. So at the end of next week, we will be sending out an email to you as parents with suggested activities and some activities set by the teacher that you can complete on that Friday if you wish to do so. Okay, so that Friday will be part of the half-term holidays, but there will be some work set if you wish to participate in some further activities at home. Those will be shared with you next Friday. And I suppose that's everything from me. I'll be speaking to you after half term for our February vlog, and at that point we'll be also starting to turn our attention to building up to Ramadan and preparing our students of understanding what Ramadan's all about through our cultural assemblies. But equally, I know we've sent you an email out about what you would like to see the Ramadan timings be at school, because you know that the Ramadan timings for school are shortened over that month. And so if you do want to participate in that survey, then please check your emails, because we're starting to prepare for the holy month of Ramadan. Have a wonderful weekend, and if I don't see you before the half-term break, have a wonderful week off as well. See you later. Bye-bye.